your husband is the front runner, and last week he was, but Bloomberg was sort of his first time out, and there were a lot of daggers at him, and then, of course, Senator Sanders won Nevada so crushingly that now all eyes are on him, literally in the center of the stage. Is he going into tonight feeling like they're all going to be coming at him?
Yes, I mean, I think that's what comes with being the front runner. It's great to be there, but being in the center of the stage brings people on both sides really going after. From what we've seen today, all leading up to it, a number of the other candidates are really gunning for him.
Right, they have been. They've been seizing on his comments. Yes. I mean, is there somebody that you expect to come at the hardest at him, or?
Well, I think Mayor Bloomberg has said that he will, and he has done some of his people have spoken out ridiculously over the day, and his social media is full of really inaccuracies, so it's worrisome. That truth is one of the first things that goes in politics, it seems.
So they've also been seizing, of course, on your husband's comments about Fidel Castro, right? Which, you know, he was asked about last night, and again, he brought up the literacy programs that Fidel had pursued. Other Democrats, and not even just people running, but other Democratic supporters have had an issue with that, and here are a few of them.
Why are we spotlighting the literacy programs of a brutal dictator instead of being unambiguous in our condemnation about the way he has treated his own people?
I always find it interesting that he gives a passing glance to the question of authoritarianism.
I don't wish that he would be talking about Fidel Castro at all.
Well, I mean, I think people ask about it, and that's the only reason he's talking about it. But I don't remember any of them speaking out against when President Obama lifted the embargo and was more expansive about the good work they did in literacy. I mean, everything is not
all... it's a double standard.
It's a double standard, but that is the standard in politics. I mean, what Bernie wants to do is talk about the issues that affect people today. I think that it's kind of sad that people have to go back 50 years or 40 years to find something to go after Bernie. But the Fidel Castro thing, he has constantly said, I'm not interested in even meeting Fidel Castro, as many senators have. But he has gone down and talked about the bad things, the terrible things. We had a Free Press reporter, our local paper, follow him down and write about some of the things that he had said.
So the poll tonight, look, this is the state Joe Biden was supposed to win handily. He's called it his firewall, right? This is a crucial week for Joe Biden. He's got to win. Okay, but now the latest poll that we have, has Bernie Sanders in a statistical tie with Joe Biden. So he is behind 5 points, but that's the margin of error in this particular poll. So we call that a statistical tie, 27-23. Do you think Bernie could win South Carolina?
Well, that's what we're working towards. I mean, it's an uphill climb, but we are hopeful that he will win. I mean, we've had people out, so many volunteers going around the state and knocking on doors and phone calling, and I think the issues that Bernie talks about, his stance on veterans issues, his support for the military in terms of the soldiers, and you know that he passed the veterans bill with John McCain.
Yes.
That was a major thing. I think that matters to South Carolinians. I think medical debt is one of the largest contributors to bankruptcy here in South Carolina, and the average student debt is $36,000. So the issues that we talk about are the ones that I think would resonate with South Carolinians.
So you talk about that, of course, as you know. A number of Democrats have said that Bernie Sanders is an Armageddon as far as they see it. Oh gosh, it's going to wreak havoc on the bottom of the ticket. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen if Bernie Sanders is in the White House? Here is President Obama's former Chief of Staff, Rahm Emanuel, speaking on CNN today. I want to play the full exchange for you. Here he is.
Is there panic in the democratic process right now?
Yeah, I would say panic would be the apt adjective to describe the mood right now.
And so should there be?
Yeah, sure. This is a consequential election, and you don't want to make a mistake. Personally, friendly with Senator Sanders, I'm not a fan of the politics. I think it will lead to an electoral defeat.
Panic and electoral defeat.
I think I rarely agree with Rahm Emanuel, and I don't agree with him now. I think that what we've seen is Bernie's gone around the country and worked on behalf of people running for office, and they've won. So I think that this is a political ploy. Rahm Emanuel does not agree with Bernie's politics. Now, that's not true of all of Obama's administration or Obama himself. So, I mean, I think this is silly season. People will say whatever they need to say. On the other hand, you've heard a number of people that have been talked to that are in the Senate saying that he's led on so many issues, on education, on veterans, on health care, and that they feel confident. They have no concerns about him being the standard bearer, and if he's the nominee, they'll work with him. We look forward to helping down ballot races all across this country and winning quite a wonderful defeat against Donald Trump.